Hey guys, I'm here with a very, very special introduction series that I'm going to be having on my channel. And it's going to be called Color Along, Read Along. Color along and read along. So you can't really color along if you don't have this book, but you can color something else while I read to you. And then I'm going to be coloring in this book. If you watched one of my previous videos, I share with you that I have these books, and this one is The Time Machine, and they have a illustration or line art on every single page, just about, okay? And I promise you guys, this is just screaming, color me, okay? Yes, it wants me to color. Look, that one's a whole page, so. All right, guys. So, I'm going to be working with this. I really don't know how this is going to work because I am very, very, what's the word, ADHD. My attention span is not, that's why I'm not a reader, because my attention span is super, super short. Even when I'm coloring, if I get tired or hurting or whatever, I have to stop and take a break. So yeah, that's what I could do. I could just take breaks and stuff and just come by in the videos. Okay, never mind. And then I can probably just speed the coloring up so you don't have to just watch me color. But then while I'm coloring, I could be just chatting with you guys about what we just read. Okay, so we'll figure it out. We'll work out the kinks. You guys can leave suggestions below if you feel that something else will work how differently than what I'm doing, because this is your channel and my channel. This is both of our channels, and I want you guys to be happy because you're awesome. So, one subscriber mentioned that it would be better for me to just read a whole chapter because there are humongous words in here. The lettering is huge and I like that. If it was that teeny tiny lettering, guys, no, I would be like, nope, I can't, nope, can't do it. But the letters are big in here, so it won't take me long to read the chapter, I guess. So this is The Time Machine, Treasury of Illustrated Classics by H.G. Wells. And it's illustrated by Julia Lundman. Yes, Lundman, somebody, okay. And it's by Kappa Books. Ooh, I like Kappa's coloring books. Okay. Anyway, the paper quality in this book is more like your construction paper kind of paper. So I think that, well, I don't think, I know the Prismacolor pencils work wonderfully in this because I demoed this in one of my other books. The other book that I have like this, which was The Journey to the Center of the Earth. But I think I'm going to start on this one. So we're going to start with chapter 1, The Time Traveler. And guys, if I skip some words or start blubbering with my reading, I have not pre-read this and I don't have on my glasses, so work with me, guys, okay? So, oh yeah, I need my music to be playing while I read to you. So, let me put on the music. So, I think, should I read the whole chapter? Well, I'll just read until I get tired, and then we might just color a little something. I don't know. We're going to play it by ear. It's not that many pages to read until I get to chapter 2, so okay. So let me put the music on, guys. Okay, here we go. So I think I would like to start off by coloring this little doohickey here. Not doohickey, the little time machine thing. So I'm going to be using my Prismacolor pencils. And let's start off with this metallic. I'm not going to try to get it perfect. Just going to just try to do a little bit of making pretty colors. Let's see, what color should the back part be? Probably some type of gray or silver. Sharpen our pencil a little bit. Guys, this is so fun. I know a lot of you out there are like avid book readers, because I post a Facebook question and was like, how many of you are like tempted to color in your read books? And a couple of people were like, yeah, I'm like a little tempted to do that in like the less nicer books, because I know a lot of you have some beautiful, beautiful, beautiful read books. Let me make sure my ink, yes, the ink is going to the next page, so I gotta put something in between there. Uh-oh, this is what happens to your Prismacolor pencils. This is a Scholar, and the lead just fell out, guys. I mean, completely, but I'm saving that lead. I'm like, there's too much lead to be falling out and for me to be throwing away, okay? So our next color, need some type of gray here. Okay, what color? I don't know, guys. You know what? Let's try some hero pencils in here and just see how they work. Let's try this one. See how they feel. Ooh. I like the hero pencils in here. Oh my goodness, guys. Wait a minute. I might have to put the Prismas up. Ooh, I like you guys. I like you. Okay, wait a minute. Let's try another one. Hold on. Wait a minute, Prisma. I'm going to put you up here, okay? And I'm going to bring you over here, Mr. Hero Pencils. Let me unzip everybody. Okay. Wait a minute. Come on. Okay. So let's use a few of these metallics. Oh yes. Oh yes, guys. I think I want to use these. Oops, I'm shaking the camera. You can tell I'm procrastinating. I'm trying not to have to start reading. Oh, I'm so bad. I know, I'm bad. I'm bad. In a good kind of bad, though. Right? Right. Alright, so all I have to do is just color the floor. And I will be done. I think this seat, I don't like the way this seat is looking. Yes, now I'm liking that better. Okay, now the floor, I want it to be like a slate gray looking. Okay, we're done. That was painless. I wish I could finish all my coloring pages that quick. Let me put a little bit of this white pen on it and see what happens. Okay. Okay. Yeah, that didn't do too much. Go on in there. All right, so we're done with coloring for this moment. So let's get into reading, guys, okay? Are you ready? Chapter 1, The Time Traveler. The Time Traveler, as I've come to remember him, was eagerly explaining to us his new insight into the nature of time. His gray eyes shone, and his usually pale face was flushed and very animated. But the fire burned brightly in the fireplace, and the cozy chairs which our host had invented caused our minds to wander. We were used to his fondness for scientific mysteries and debate, but he pointed his finger at us and offered us a new curiosity. "You must follow me carefully," he said. "I will have to challenge some ideas that are almost universally accepted. The geometry that you learned in school is incorrect." The 6 guests looked at the time traveler. The doctor, the psychologist, the mayor, a quiet young man, and I all remained silent. But Philby, who liked to argue, said, "That's quite an extravagant statement to make." There are grounds for this theory. Some things can be measured in 3 dimensions: length, width, and height, the time traveler said. But there is a 4th dimension. Without this 4th dimension, everything is but an idea in the mind of a man. Philby began to argue again until the time traveler explained that the 4th dimension is time. Clearly, any real body must have length, breadth, thickness, and duration. The problem is that time has no physical existence. The other dimensions can be measured in space, he explained. We remember the past and we can imagine the future, even though the events in our mind do not occupy space in the usual way. They do exist in time. Have all of you heard this? What the experts have to say about this 4th dimension? The mayor admitted that he had not. Space is described as having 3 dimensions, but some researchers have tried to construct a 4th dimension geometry. we know that on a flat surface, which has only two dimensions, we can represent a figure of a three-dimensional solid. Similarly, some think that with three-dimensional models, we can represent something that, in reality, consists of four. He paused. The doctor stared hard into the fire. He said, if time is really only a fourth dimension of space, why can't we move in time as we move about in the other three dimensions? Men cannot move at all in time. They cannot get away from the present moment. The time traveler's face lit up. You're wrong. We're always running away from the present moment. Our mental existences, which have no physical substance, move freely in time. You can move about in all directions of space, but you cannot move about in time, the psychologist interrupted. That is the essence of my great discovery, said the time traveler. If man can defy gravity in a balloon, why should he not hope to be able to stop or accelerate his movement in time? The time traveler asked. This is ridiculous, said Philby. You will never convince me until I see it. Long ago, I had a vision of a machine, the time traveler said. That machine could travel in any direction of space and time, as the driver determined. Philby laughed. Don't laugh yet, the time traveler cut in. I have been working on an experiment to verify the possibility of traveling through time. It would be a great help to historians, the psychologist suggested. One could travel back to the Middle Ages or see dinosaurs in prehistoric times. Then there is the future, said the young man. One could travel forward to see whom he will marry or what stock to buy. The time traveler smiled at us. He walked slowly out of the room, and we heard his slippers shuffling down the hallway leading to his laboratory. I wonder what he's up to, said the psychologist. Some trick or other, no doubt, said the doctor. The time traveler was generally known to be a man of superior intellect and daring, but most of his friends also knew of his love of drama. It is no surprise that we all were all skeptical about his experiment. When he returned, the time traveler held a glittering metallic mechanism. It was scarcely larger than a small clock and very delicately made. There was ivory in it and some transparent crystal-like substance. He placed the mechanism on a small table, around which we gathered for a closer look. The only object on the table was a small lamp. There were also a number of candles lit, so that the room was brightly illuminated. Okay, guys, I have to color something now. So I stopped here at this paragraph, so I would have just a few more pages to go. Just a few more pages to go, but I have to color something while we, or should I just continue and then color stuff after? I think I should continue with you guys. Okay, just go ahead and do like the person requested and just finish the whole chapter and then go back and color and kind of talk about whatever we saw, okay? Okay. This little model said the time traveler resting his elbows upon the table and pressing his hands together above the thing will give you an idea of my plan for the machine to travel through time. You will notice that it looks off balance. There is an odd twinkling appearance about this bar. And these little white levers are quite important. The doctor got out his chair and examined it closely. It's beautifully made, he said. It took 2 years to make it, said the time traveler. Pressing this lever sends the machine gliding into the future. The other lever reverses the motion. This saddle is the seat. I am now going to press the lever and off the machine will go. It will vanish, pass into the future, and disappear. Have a good look at the thing. Look at the table too, and satisfy yourselves that there is no trickery. Then the time traveler moved one finger toward the lever. No, he said suddenly. Give me your hand. And turning to the psychologist, the time traveler told him to put out his forefinger. Thus, it was the psychologist who sent forth the model time machine on its way into the future. There was a breath of wind. The lamp flame flickered. One of the candles on the mantel was blown out. The little machine swung around, became a shadow, and then was gone. Except for the lamp, the table was bare. Everyone was silent for a minute. Then Philby said he was stumped. The psychologist recovered from his shock and looked under the table. The time traveler laughed cheerfully. We stared at one another. Are you serious about this? The doctor asked. Do you really believe that the machine has traveled into time? Certainly, said the time traveler confidently. What is more, I have a full-scale machine nearly finished in my laboratory, and soon it will be ready to take me on a journey through time. Are you saying that the model has traveled into the future? Asked Philby. I bet that's Philby. It looks like that's him, right? I don't know for certain if it has gone into the future or the past, the time traveler said. Would you like to see the time machine itself? With that, he took up the lamp and led the way down the long, drafty corridor to his laboratory. We followed him with puzzled looks on our faces. In the laboratory, we saw a larger version of the little mechanism that had vanished before our eyes. Parts were made of nickel, parts of ivory, and parts had been filled or cut out of rock crystal. It seemed nearly finished, but levers, twisted crystal bars were laid on the bench beside some sheets of drawings. I took one up for a better look at it all. Are you perfectly serious? Asked the doctor. Or is this a trick like the ghosts you showed us last Christmas? Upon that machine, said the time traveler, determiningly long lamp over it. I'm sorry. I'm getting cross-eyed, guys. The time traveler determinedly holding the lamp over it. I intend to travel through time. I caught Philby's eye over the shoulder of the doctor. He winked at me. I don't think any of us said very much about the time traveling from that evening until the following week. 7 days after the time traveler described his remarkable ideas and revealed to us his incredible machine, we came together once again at the time traveler's home. But though we said nothing to each other during those 7 days, I have no doubt that the odd disappearance of the delicate model of the time traveler's explanations remained in our minds. For my own part, I was most unsettled by the trick of the model. Okay, guys. Whew, that was work. So let's start coloring. So apparently this picture here is about him talking to, the time traveler talking to the other 5 or 6 men. Okay, so let's try our Hebrew pencils out. And I think I would like to color all of the chairs some type of brown. So I think I want 71. Yes, I want wooden chairs. And a darker 95. I guess we're going to do a little blending. How many of you guys have actually read this book or saw this movie? Comments below if this is one of your favorite. Okay, so he's gonna have to have a brown suit because I think I just colored something I should not have. Yeah, that was supposed to have, yeah, that wasn't supposed to be colored that. That's his suit. That's his suit. So he's going to have a dark brown suit on. Don't you just hate when that happens, when you color something in a coloring page that you're not supposed to color? When there's no definite lines. He'll have its hand suit on, and it'll just have a few highlights of this dark brown here. I would love to just go like through this book and just look through it at the things I've colored. I'm going to zoom you guys in. Okay, I said he was going to have on a light tan suit, so I think this artichoke here. Can you tell I'm enjoying this better than the reading, guys? I love coloring. Absolutely love it. So relaxing. Just really taking your creative expression to another level. See this guy here, that's Filbert, I bet, that heavy guy. Now we're gonna do 47. Where is our number 47 pencil? For our red wine. They're gonna be drinking red wine. Where is number 47? There it is. Filbert should have on like a gray suit. I think that's his name. Philby, not Filbert. That's his first name. He's going to be named Filbert Philby. I need like a dark gray to highlight. Oh, that's like a greenish gray. Okay, let's switch over to some Prismacolors, guys. I'm gonna just do these things interchangeably because I like using different stuff. I mean, I'm a variety type of girl. Let's see, let's use these scholars and let this person have on a light gray suit. Let me get a Premier. Do I have any kind of gray Premier? Doesn't look like I do. Maybe if I put the white over it, I can smooth it out a little bit. Alright, next color suit will be maybe a hunter green. This gentleman here looks like he's losing his hair. So he's going to have a bald spot. Grass green. I don't want his suit to be that light. So this is a Premier dark green. And you have to be really careful with this paper, guys, because you can rip this little cheap construction paper type stuff. But it's still fun to color in. Isn't that just coming to life, guys? Oh my goodness, I'm so excited. All right, now this guy, his suit should be maybe like a very, very faint peach color. Now let's work on Mr. Time Traveler's suit. And I love this paper because you can see the white. When I put white down, you can actually see the white. I love this, guys. I'm gonna have to go buy some more of these books. I'm gonna have to go look at the local dollar store because I am totally enjoying this, like super enjoying this, okay? Now, Mr. Time Traveler, he's just gonna be decked out, guys, okay? He's going to be sophisticated. He has on his brown vest. With his red looking tie. Oh my goodness, guys, this is so fun. Now I need a light brown. And we need a black. I think he's gonna have black pants on. Well, his black pants are looking a little bit weird, but that's okay. Maybe I need to put some shadows right there or something. Okay, whatever, that's going to have to do. Okay. Mr. Time Traveler, let me do your skin tone now. Now let's bring out, let me sharpen this. I'm going to just sharpen this like this for right now. Mr. Time Traveler has a unibrow and a black eye now. Oh, goodness. Oh, well. And he looks angry. That's okay. Okay, he's going to have black hair. Or no, really, really dark brown hair. Oh, guys. Woo, that's funny. He's done. Okay. Whew. I tell you, this is no joke. I'm going to have to do coloring these things in series. Okay, so the tablecloth is going to be some type of red. And let's add a little shadow with maybe a dark brown. Okay. Oh, guys, isn't that just coming to life so beautifully? Yes, it is. Let's do the curtains behind here. And they are going to be some type of red also. Maybe a darker, no, like a terracotta. No, let's do this dark brown. I know what I'll do. I'll do red. And then I'll do brown on top to make it a dark red. I'm just losing all my lids, guys. Ugh. Goodness. And this is a premiere. You see this? Don't leave me. Okay, that's just gone. That's just gone. I'm going to put the electric sharpener to you because I don't feel like hand sharpening it. Okay. guys. I think I need to take a break. We will come back another time to finish up this picture, and we'll finish up some other pictures. So let me zoom you out. That's what we have so far. So thank you for tuning in to this episode of Color Along and Read Along. Or should it be Read Along and Color Along? Yeah, I think it should be Read Along and Color Along, because we've already read and now we're coloring. So the next episode would be me coloring more pages. Okay. Thanks for tuning in, guys, and I'll see you on the next episode of Read Along and Color Along with Dollar Diva. Bye.